What is going on, guys? This is Ben here, bringing another Brawl Stars video. Today, we are going to be going over the best brawlers that you want to be using in Poison Drip and the worst brawlers that you typically want to stay away from in Poison Drip for Showdown. So Poison Drip, honestly, is a very good game mode to gain trophies. It eliminates basically all teaming in Showdown as well, which is a huge positive. So we're going to hopefully give you tips to help you push up and rise and the best brawlers that you want to be using for this. And if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. And if you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, because we're having a bunch more strategy videos soon and also a lot of fun ones as well on the channel. So thank you guys for watching, and let's get into this. So how this is going to work is I'm going to go over like my top 5 with some honorable mentions for the brawlers that you should be using. And basically any one of these brawlers that are mentioned here, go for it. They're really good in this game. One will be helpful. And then I'm going to go over the worst brawlers that you just kind of want to avoid. I mean, you can test them out if you really want to, but I'm going to briefly go over those at the end. And then I'll have some Poison Drip gameplay on the brawler that hopefully I'm talking about, or might overlap a little bit. But for number 5, we are going to put Piper. Piper is a very, very good brawler here, and the reason why she is on this list, keep in mind, it depends too on the map, but right now it is Feast or Famine, and there's a few other maps that come out for the Poison Drip, but Poison Drip is a very rare event. But Piper is generally very good on either, like any of the maps. The reason for, you kind of don't want to like, obviously get up close to brawlers. There's a lot of long-range brawlers in Poison Drip, and she has the longest range, and she does massive damage. So while you're like draining your health, you could be almost dead with Piper. But if you just land one far range shot, she's basically going to be healed up all the way because you steal the damage that you deal. And Piper is nasty, and like you can just outrange the enemy brawlers and they won't even be able to get near you. Like, because a lot of times when you get low health, a lot of brawlers start to get desperate and they start just like running out and just charging people. And with Piper, you can continue to back up and just fire your shots, and if you land one of them and if you take them out, hey, you're full health. But if you just don't even, like, say you don't even kill them or you don't even take them out, like, you're still gonna land a massive damage and a massive shot that's gonna heal you pretty much almost to full health. So usually if you land one shot with her and you just maybe just chill and survive until you die out, you will usually be in positive trophies at that moment. But if you take a little further, get some kills with her to keep maxing out your health, you're gonna be a nightmare. So that's why we have Piper at number 5. She's very underrated. She is probably a little bit harder to use because you really have to land your shots. But usually all it takes is one. So that's why we have her up here, just because the dominance that she can do and how well she can survive. Maybe she's not winning every showdown, but like you can get into positive trophies with her very, very quickly. So that's why we have her the number 5th spot. Number 4, we have a first legendary brawler, which is Spike. Spike is on this list because of his spikes. You can basically say a brawler is camping in a bush and you're just checking all the brush. Always check the brushes before you enter in this game mode for sure, because a lot of people are going to be camping, just trying to wait it out to get like 5th place or lower so they get positive trophies. So with Spike though, you can like literally hit brawlers around corners and you can just chip them down with your spikes, which outranges so many brawlers. And a lot of times you can put yourself in position. Maybe you're like peek shooting, which is like, say there's an object in front of you and you peek out, throw your spike shot, get back behind the wall, and they can't even hit you. But your spikes give you an opportunity to just have like crazy angles and crazy ranges to hit like basically any brawler. And if you end up landing those spike shots with him, it's going to heal him up and it's going to let him survive longer. But the massive thing with him is if you land a main auto attack, like flush with them, like it just hits them in the face, it's going to deal a ton of damage and almost heal you up as well. So Spike is number 4 for those reasons. He has that extended range with his spikes. It's very annoying. He's a high damage brawler and he's just overall very good. So number 3, we have Barley. He is very good, but this is predicated on if you have the star power. If you don't have the star power, I would probably bump him down to the 5th spot and move the others up. So he's still good, don't get me wrong. This maybe isn't his greatest map for this, but there's other ones. I forget the exact name of it, but the one where it's very good for thrower brawlers, usually that one is the Poison Drip one, so it's interesting to see them do well, they have done Feast and Famine in the past. I take that back. So it's mainly like 2 that they seem to rotate out the Poison Drip game mode, but usually Barley is just a very good in general. And if you have the star power, he's at number 3 spot because anytime you do a main attack with him, he gains a little bit of health back and it'll just help you survive. So you could literally just chill in the back of the map, like near the poison gas, and not even really just go for people. Just throw your main attack, regain that health, and you'll be able to just like survive a lot longer than the other people that are just dying out and trying to take each other out and stuff. Now with Barley though, you can be more aggressive than that, because if you have a good position behind a wall and just just launch your shots and just hit them before they can even hit you, a lot of times you're going to be in a good spot. So like I said, Feast or Famine isn't the greatest map for him, but if you have the star power, I'd recommend still trying him out. But the other ones for sure, like this is just an overall in general poison drip game mode. So like I said, any of these top 5s, try and pick your favorite. They're going to be all good choices, but if you have the star power, I'll just put him up a little bit because he can heal himself and sustain himself. And just usually if you just do that without even fighting, you might make it to the top like 2, 3, or 4. It's crazy because you're going to be able to out-sustain brawlers that don't have an automatic heal built in. So glad they nerfed it though, because before he didn't have a restriction on how much health he had, and he could just top off and stay at 100% HP. It was insane. So number 2, I really like this option here, and it is Crow. Crow is one of the most annoying brawlers to deal with. Like, he is absurd. If he hits a shot and lands that poison, it's funny because poison drip and the crow's poison, like, they're just going to be losing that extra health, and you're going to be gaining that health from his poison over time. So he is just so nasty to deal with. He has a very good range as well, and what is incredible is if you end up getting his super, you'll be able to have eyes a lot of times on which brawlers are going to have low health or whatever. And if there's a brawler that you just want to take out and heal up yourself, you save your super, just jump in on a brawler that's super weak and you know you're gonna, like, they're probably gonna die if you hit them with your super, like when you land, and you'll just be at max health again. Plus you probably get the power cubes. You'll be in a good spot. So Crow with his main attack, because it also reveals the brawlers, which also may attract other enemies, and it just slowly ticks them down while you gain that health up, and he can be so annoying. So that's why we have Crow at number 2, a very, very good brawler in here. And I was contemplating putting him a little bit lower, but just after playing for a while, like, I was just like, man, this guy is amazing. You do have to be good at dodging shots though, and with Crow, like, you gotta shoot and kind of maybe back off. You don't want to just, like, this is with like any of the brawlers in Life Leech, you don't just want to like shoot and keep running forward, because a lot of times you might be like just taking unnecessary damage, and then that's healing up the enemy you're trying to take out. So if you're within range and you can dodge and everything, Crow's a nightmare. Now, the number 1 brawler. A lot of you have probably seen this coming. No, it is not Leon. So it is Pam. Pam is ridiculous in this game mode. She takes the boxes fast. Keep in mind, it's very important to still take boxes as well. Like, kind of, it's not the most important just to go straight for your boxes and be okay. Like, if someone's trying to bully you out, maybe use those boxes as cover and try and chip them down, because surviving is the main key here. And dealing like a little bit of chip damage at a time just to get ahead a little bit, revive that health. And Pam is amazing at this. So she has an incredible long range that is very wide. Like, you know how she like shoots those, I like to call them tires, I know they're not, but like she shoots that scrap metal or whatever, and it like nicks brawlers here and there. And if you have the star power, she gets that double heal. Even if you don't have the star power, it's still put her at number 1. Like, she is so good at her long range, and it just puts a lot of pressure on the enemy brawlers. And with the amount of damage that she can deal up close as well, it just helps out and it benefits so much. So Pam is just a nightmare. And then we haven't even talked about her super yet. Her main attack will win you games, but her super will put you into like a different category where if you throw it down, maybe in a safe spot, maybe not even necessarily in a safe spot. I think in one of the videos you're seeing here is I throw it in front of me because there was a Piper in the mid. I don't know if you're exactly seeing it at this moment, but yeah, I threw her turret in front of me because Piper was dominating in the middle because she had so much elixir, and I didn't want to get hit by her and just get one-shotted. So I wanted to give myself a chance to walk towards the middle while healing up as well. So you can use it as a defensive shield as well. But if you sit in that, you're going to basically be in a good spot because your health is going to be slowly going up. It's not really going to be going down, so you're going to be able to survive longer. Now, one thing to note is if you throw it on this turret, it might attract a lot of brawlers as well, or it might attract a lot of attention because it's so big, and they know you're going to be in your turret trying to heal up. So be on guard with that, and be sure to be like ready to shoot and stuff. It's the best. Now, honorable mentions for this, I'm going to put Brock. I was really contemplating putting Brock in the 5th spot too, or even making the list, but it's kind of the same principle as Piper, where he just does so much damage, and if you just land one of your shots with Brock, you're basically going to be good. And then if you get your super, even that, like, because a lot of times it's very hard to miss Brock's super with how wide that range is, and with how weak a lot of the brawlers are, it's very good. So Brock is in that tier as well. Like, I'd put him like up there with Pam, like, or Piper, not Pam, sorry, Piper, like right there. Like, they're very, very good brawlers. Now, another, like, it's basically long range brawlers in general are good. So Jessie's solid as well. She's a little bit tricky though, because her shot is really slow, so be careful. But she can be good in this. And then same with Penny. and Colt. So a lot of the long range brawlers are very beneficial, especially for the feast or famine mode. This might change a little bit if it was like a closer range map, and that's where I might have put Leon as well. So Leon would have made this list, I guess, if it was like more of a different map, but I didn't want to just have 3 legendaries on this list. So hear me out here, like Crow and Spike, since the game has been out for like a year and a half since its beta phase, I feel like a lot more people have Crow and Spike, whereas Leon is still really new. Maybe not a lot of you guys have him yet. He's still a good option, but I just don't want to put him on this list here and just have 3 legendaries. So I wanted to give you guys a bunch of options. So basically like Pam, Crow, Barley, Spike, Piper, Brock, Jesse, Penny, Colt, Leon. Any of those are great for this mode. Now I want to talk quickly about my worst 5. So now coming at number like 5th, so she's not the worst, but it is Nita. The reason why, she's slow at taking boxes. Her range is really slow, like really, you're gonna see a common theme here, but her range isn't that long. And it's just tough for her if she cannot get close to a brawler. And if you can get close, great, but a lot of times you're just gonna get outranged, especially up in the higher trophies where a lot of people are running the range brawlers, because it's more of like a chip, slow down, take brawlers games. So Nita we have at number 5. Number 4, we have Shelly. Same principle, her range isn't that long. So it can be okay, like especially in Feast or Famine, if you rush the middle and no one else, because a lot of people are scared to go in the middle on this one because they feel like they might get focused down or they don't want to die right away. So a lot of times you can make a gut call and rush the middle and hopefully get those boxes and be able to survive and camp a little, but in general, Shelly's just not good. Same with Frank, the range isn't that long. He's just an easy target, and a lot of time you're not gonna be able to deal damage. So Frank's number 3. Number 2 is number Bull. Number 2 is number Bull. Number 2 is Bull. I just kept saying number 2 is number Bull. Okay, well yeah, number 2 is Bull because of his short range. Like I said, you might get that opportunity to rush the middle, and like no one else really goes in there, or there might be one other brawler and you take them out, you're set. That can be an option on Feast or Famine, but just in general, you're gonna have a tough time because normally you don't want to take that risk a lot of times. You just want to play like the slowly at range chip down. Of the number 1 worst brawler, I think is Primo. He has like the shortest range, and he's just gonna get taken down before you can even like touch the other brawler, and he's just free, easy target for those longer range brawlers. So I'd recommend staying away from the shorter range brawlers and the shotgun brawlers in the poison drip game mode, especially on Feast or Famine for this one, because they can just shoot into the middle, and a lot of times the brawlers are gonna be very cautious about going into the middle unless they know no one's in there. So it can pay off though, like you still can use these brawlers, they still can do well. It's just I feel like these are the hardest brawlers to do well within the game mode because of how many long range brawlers and how much the range really matters in this, so because you want to be able to heal up. So let me know what you guys think about my list. Like I said, I kept Leon off, but I still think it's a good option. I just think I didn't want to put him on like another list, so that's the reason for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know how you guys do enjoy the poison drip game mode. I think it's my favorite personally because you can trophy push fast, you can do well. It makes solo showdown fun because there's no like there's still maybe, but teammates usually or enemies usually are not teaming up, and that's a huge thing that really like turns me off from Showdown, is like when people team and it's like 5 people teaming and then like you're forced to team to survive. I don't know, like, so that's the most annoying part, and this really deters that, and it's really awesome. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know how you guys did. What's your favorite brawler for the poison drip game mode, and especially for this map for Feast or Famine? Like I said, this might fluctuate a little bit if it was a different map. This is more just in general, like good ones to use and ones to maybe avoid. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.